of the day that I flew it in, if you get what I mean. And then besides that, I like it because the lines. So the Jibun Techo is a pre-made planner, yes, but the lines are dark enough and for me to see when I write, but they are light enough for me to totally ignore if I just wanna be chaotic with it. I love journaling. I've done it for years, actually, like years. But until recently, I have never ever finished an actual planner. And hi guys, this is Mabby of Mabby's World. So welcome. We're in Life Between Flights turns into hobby fueled spaces. And if you have tuned in our previous episode, I talked about how I discovered and feel at ease to finally know what I am as per my personality. I am a type AB, marriage of organization and chaos. And yes, I mentioned earlier, I do love to journal. Like really, like I've been journaling for more than 10 years. I've started with coffee shop planners, and then I moved to bullet journaling, and then I moved to using pre-made planners, and then I moved to junk journaling. And honestly, I love it, but nothing sticks. Like I would fill up the first 3 months, probably the longest is the first 4 months, and then I'll be in a rut and I'll forget about it. And then it's a graveyard of half-used journals. That is until I discovered the craze of Japanese stationery. And of course, in terms of planners, I believe the number one in the Japanese realm today is the Hobonichi. But honestly, one look at it, like I saw the reviews, it was nice. It had many formats, it had many sizes, and I knew deep down if I try this planner, it will just be added to the list of all the other planners that I will not be able to finish. Like, I don't know. I am very, very sure if you're using a Hobonichi right now and it fulfills your purpose, then I'm so happy for you. You found your journaling soulmate. But I knew, like, when you see the crush ng bayan, the heartthrob, and you realize that, yeah, I get why he or she is the heartthrob, but probably not for me. So, like, okay. So, that is until I discovered the Jibun Techo. So, Jibun Techo is a planner made by Kokuyo. And I tried it out and I love it so much. It is the first ever planner that I finished from January up to December. Like, I believe this is already my second year of trying the Jibun Techo. And I just want to share why this planner is super perfect for me as a type AB. If you are thinking that this episode is an episode of me doing a review of the Jibun Techo and showing you all of the cogs and wheels and all the fancy things that this planner does, no. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there are already a lot of videos that is describing the Jibun Techo, and it is an underrated planner, yes, but there are already videos circulating on how this planner works, so I'm not gonna discuss that. I'm gonna talk about today how much I love this planner as a type AB. One is, it's a vertical layout planner. Which, of course, there are a lot of planners like that. But what I like best is every layout of the day is separated by hours. Like it starts at midnight and it ends at midnight. And it's perfect for me, for someone who has odd hours as a flight attendant, because most planners starts at 6, then ends at whatever. So like they don't account for the odd hours. And I like this planner because I get to log in my flying hours, the details of the flight that I've been, into the actual time frame of the day that I flew it in, if you get what I mean. And then besides that, I like it because the lines. So the Jibun Techo is a pre-made planner, yes. But the lines are dark enough and for me to see when I write, but they are light enough for me to totally ignore if I just wanna be chaotic with it. So it solves both parts of my brain, wherein when I want to be organized, I can organize down to the last minute, to the last 30 minutes of the time frame of the vertical layout. I even put it in boxes, color coded based on the type of activity that I need to do, the time of to do, or I can just ignore the times and just write notes, journal entries, or maybe I'll just ignore the whole page whatsoever and just write diary style. That's what I like it. So when I'm feeling organized, this planner is here for me. But at the same time, when I just want to zone out, this planner is still here for me. And what I like best also is that the pages are super thin. It's obviously paper, so it's paper thin, but it's thinner than your normal planner paper. Kokuyo uses a special paper, the Mio paper, if I am saying it correctly. They engineered the whole thing themselves, and it's so thin that when I stick like pieces of paper, stickers, I actually pasted an actual origami puppet in here, and it's not making the planner very bulky like how I see those videos wherein they do flip of the whole year of a Hobonichi, and the planner is super thick. But from what I experienced from my first planner last year is I was able to finish everything, but the planner was not super thick. Of course it expanded, but not as exaggerated as you would see the ones on the internet. And oddly enough, I don't know how the paper does it, but the paper is thin, right? So if you are gonna use a very dark pen, like a gel pen, I honestly use the Uniball 1P. It is the world's blackest ink. You would expect the writings to seep through at the other side or to ghost. But no, you don't see any ghosting, you don't see any bleeding. So you're free to use the pages as much, as heavily or as light as you can. And the planner will hold it all together for you. And it's for this year. So last year, I used the A5, the standard notebook size. But I found myself sometimes missing a whole month of not writing in the journal because sometimes I get so busy and I always go out, and the planner is a big. It's a bit big for me to bring in my bag. So there will be months that I don't fill it out. What I do is I just use it as random journal pages. So I eventually fill it out. And then this year, I decided to downsize and use the B6. And this size is really perfect for me. It's just slightly longer than my whole hand from wrist to finger. And it fits in any bag that I put it in. Of course, not a purse, but It's very compact and I can bring it anywhere, and the likelihood of me not filling out a page with even just a random something is very minimal. And I hope that I will be able to get another one of these for 2027, because I don't think I will change my planners for anytime soon when I finally found what works for me. And if you've noticed the flip through that I did of some parts of my planner, I hope it encourages you to be just as organized and just as chaotic at the same time, and have fun with having your planner. And you will see what I mean when I say that really the number one thing that I love best about the Jibun Techo is that the pre-made lines and parts of the planner pages are dark enough for me to use as a guide when I organize, but they're light enough for me to actually ignore when I just want to be creative. And yes, once again, that's why it totally satisfies both parts of my brain. And if I'm gonna give this planner a cozy rating with its size, compatibility, usability for me, it's a 5 out of 5. I'm not changing this anytime soon. I highly doubt it. I'm gonna use the same exact planner for 2027. Pray for me that I get another one of these, because as of now, you can just find them exclusively in Japan. If they are importing this planner, it's definitely not being imported to the Philippines. And yes, if you have a Jibun Techo like me, let me know how you use it, if you actually use it, if you ever tried or you're interested in trying, or what planner are you using. And I will see you in the next episode, alright? So stay cozy, stay hydrated, and I'll see you all lovies very soon. Bye, y'all.